Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So today, on this 10 minutes presentation, I know you already know the main figures of Nigeria. I know, or I hope you know, that Nigeria is 20 times Portuguese population, and it's twice the Portuguese GDP. So what's important to keep as an intuition is that Nigeria is Africa's superpower. So I'm not going to use my next 9 minutes to share more data that you can find readily available on the previous presentations or online. And so what I decided that may be interesting and exciting and maybe useful as an inspiration for some of you is to share my personal story in Nigeria. That is almost a love affair with Nigeria. And this story started in 2011. And at that time, I was a senior executive at a well-known Portuguese fintech when I got a phone call out of the blue from one of these big multinational consultancy firms saying, hey, we have this group of Nigerians. They are doing almost a world tour, and they asked us to broker a meeting with you. So would you be available to meet them? And I said, sure. Who are they? It was the Bankers Committee. At the time, with Central Bank Governor Sanusi, Deputy Governor Tundelemo, and almost all bank CEOs. So we held this meeting, and this meeting generated a spark. I'm African. I was born in Mozambique. And so for me, anything Africa is very intuitive. And I felt there was something special happening during that meeting. And I was invited to go to reciprocate this visit, go to Abuja, meet with the central bank. And that started, of course, a professional collaboration, but what is now more than a decade-long collaboration with Nigeria. And that initial spark has ignited a fire that still burns today. I started being more and more interested about Nigeria, traveling frequently to Nigeria, almost obsessively, every month flying to Nigeria for 1 decade. So I can safely say that I flew to Lagos or Abuja more than 100 times now. And it took me some time to understand why I found Nigeria so attractive. Until one day I was stuck in Lagos traffic, not able to move. And I was watching these street hawkers, they call in Lagos, these guys that are running in traffic, because when cars are stuck, they become a shopping mall, because you cannot move anywhere, but you can buy stuff by opening your window. And so I started observing. I noticed many of them selling heavy items under the very hot sun. And I noticed this small kid, maybe, I don't know, 12 years old, 13, 14, and he was carrying a heavy load of bottles of water and knocking cars' windows and trying to sell those waters. And then when I finally realized what was the mystical thing that I was trying to understand about, was so attractive about the country, is that small boy, he was already a businessman. That small boy, at his own scale, he was already a capitalist. He was not begging. He was hardworking under the very hot sun, carrying a heavy load. But you look at his face of this boy, he was proud. He was not weak. He was proud. He was not feeling diminished in any way. Was shirtless and very fit and carrying this heavy load. And then I realized, wow, this boy is the symbol of Nigeria. This boy is the symbol of a nation of capitalists. This boy is the symbol of a nation of businessmen, of hustlers that will fight to get a better life. And I have to say that, in my opinion, Nigerians, despite all the hardships, they are lucky in a way, because they can still dream. That boy can really become anyone. He can become a billionaire bank owner. He can become the president of the country. If you look at Portugal or even at more developed countries, Yes, it's easier to go to a good school, to get good grades, to get a reasonable job, but the dream is already restricted. And in Nigeria, the dream is limitless. And that's why when I started becoming completely obsessed with the culture, and I decided, well, now I have to make a choice. Either I fully embrace this love affair with Nigeria and with this culture, and I dedicate myself to explore opportunities here in Nigeria, or I have to totally forget it, ask someone from the team to take over and go back and focus on our European businesses. And I decided to take the plunge, to jump in the dark. So I quit my job, very safe job. At the time I was 43 years old, married, 2 kids, and completely jumped into the opportunity with maybe the courage that comes from ignorance. Yeah. And so this is at that time. This is in 2016. And it's maybe not visible. I'm in the middle of a market. I'm in a T-shirt, sweating profusely, and I was really obsessed in understanding how the distribution chains work in Nigeria. And I knew I wouldn't learn that going to ShopRite. I needed to go to the local markets. I can't tell you how many meetings I had sitting on a plastic chair, and the meeting room is a container. Yeah, it's hotter inside the container than outside on the street. But after that, I started learning everything. Of course, in Europe, nobody understood what I was doing. All my friends say, hey, you are completely crazy. What are you doing? Think about your family, and you are going to be broke. And no matter how much money you have, I felt the risk of becoming homeless at this time. I felt the risk, not joking. I wouldn't say, now I can say it, but very often I will go to sleep thinking there's a risk I'll end up homeless. But when I talked in Europe, I didn't felt that I was understood. But when I talked with Nigerian friends, I see their eyes sparkling. I see they totally understood what I saw. I felt understanding. I felt excitement. And the first thing I want to say is that from those talks, I'm talking hours and hours of strategy talks, there's an intellectual capital. Normally we associate Europeans bringing know-how to Africa. But I can say that the story that starts from here benefited a lot from Nigerian intellectual capital. Hundreds of hours of strategy discussions how to build this company. That my idea was, my dream was to have a company that would link up business opportunities intercontinentally, starting with Portugal and in Nigeria. So I think the 2nd of February 2016, we opened the company in Portugal and we rented an office in a very nice building here in Lisbon. And 10 days after, on the 12th of February 2016, we did the same in Lagos, Nigeria. Almost no website, almost no bank accounts, almost no brands, but the 2 points of the hub were starting to emerge. And again, benefiting a lot from intellectual capital. Also, a few Nigerian friends, when I shared my vision, my business plan, were the first to say, hey, I'm interested in joining you. I didn't feel this in Europe. In Europe, people say, hey, this guy is a bit weird, he's crazy. But a very prominent Nigerian friend say, hey, Pedro, I wouldn't bet, but given you quit, you should believe in what you are doing. So we are joining you in this. And so when 5,000 Miles was born at the group level as a Nigerian-Portuguese company. I'm the main shareholder, but Nigerians own like 30% of the company now. And from scratch, from startup, from idea stage, was already a Nigerian company. Not a Portuguese company with a Nigerian subsidiary. The group is also Nigerian. Today, this group has more than 50 staff, 12 nationalities. Portuguese plus Nigerian represent less than 50% of staff, so plenty Spanish, plenty Brazilians, South Africans, Florida, United States. So this initial stage, from that one face, now it's more than 50 faces. All of them know that it's a Nigerian company also. All of them know that this is our beautiful Nigerian team in the middle. All smart. 2 of them speak fluently Portuguese. No classes. They learned alone how to speak fluently Portuguese. Perfect. Almost no accent. Very hardworking. And today we are in 10 countries. In these 10 countries, we have offices in all of them. 7 of them are fully incorporated subsidiary companies. And all of this comes, again, from this intellectual capital. Please don't think that, hey, this is some Nigerian businessman funded all of this. No, no, no. This is, most of it is intellectual capital, is strategy, and is proper planning and having a common understanding of what we want to achieve. To give a final advice, or what I've learned during the process, and what I tell to anyone that wants to expand in Africa, the product or the service you provide is only one component. Too many people waste full potential relationships talking about the product, talking about the service, talking about capable technical capacities. And a proper business connection is emotional. A proper business connection includes our families. Some of my Nigerian friends, my kids know them since they were born. They call them uncle. They go to our house. And this is how you build true, long-lasting relationships, not reducing yourself just to a product, but going as a human being, all in, trying to have powerful conversations that enable new opportunities. Thank you.